Gotta make sure I did that in public settings. Cool. If anyone's hearing us right now, we're just we'll text it up, making sure we're all good.
Yeah, cool.
I'm live now, and I think I'm public. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're public. Awesome. Hey guys, so if you're tuning in, do you want to just do a quick share of this for us? Who do we have live with us at the moment? You're on the call, just say hello in the comments, just so I know that you guys are there. I'm here with Brian Casagendro from Mindvalley's team. Hey Lisa, how you doing? Hey Rodney, Paul, Mark. Do you want to try talking, Brian, just so I can make sure you're there?
Yeah, hi guys, how you going? Can you hear me?
Hey Paul. You there? Yeah, cool. So it's working, that's good. Awesome, let's try and share this out. Guys, if you can share this out just so we can get 20 or so people on this call before we get started. Awesome. So Brian, can you tell us a little bit about what your experience is? Where so we've known each other how long? About 3 years now?
Me and you, yeah. Yeah, we go way back 3 years. So, but during that time, it's been fun. And to tell you about myself, I can certainly do that. I'd like to say hi to everyone on the call. It's awesome to be doing Facebook Live with the man, Joss Aguirre. So here's what I'm all about. I've been writing copy for myself and clients for probably 10 years now. Yeah, it's been so long. Getting on in years, not like young whippersnappers like Joss who have come up out of nowhere and suddenly kicking butts all over the online world. But yeah, all those years ago, back in the old days when they didn't have Facebook Lives and they didn't have webinars, I actually used. I used to do teleseminars, if you can believe that. My first marketing course was on tapes and videotapes. So yeah, that was a while back. So it's a good way to put that is I've got a lot of experience. I started out selling on eBay, and basically, I was writing a bunch of listings and I was selling mostly information products. I got the licensing rights to a few things here and there, and I put together a bunch of listings based on the marketing and copywriting stuff that I was learning in that course. And the weirdest thing happened after a while. People actually started to say to me, "Can you write our eBay listings?" And things sort of grew from there. I actually started to contact my list that I was building up on eBay at the time, and actually started getting gigs to write eBay listings, and they usually weren't big money, but back then I sort of used to be known for like a $10,000 a month eBay listing, and that was back when $10,000 a month, I thought that was big money, back at that time. So that's how long ago that was. But I started out in 2003, and I've been writing copy pretty much ever since. And the last few years I've been working basically freelance for myself from home back in Adelaide, Australia. And recently I moved over here to Malaysia. I was writing copy for another company and then for Mindvalley. So that's been really exciting. And one of the most exciting parts about that, and I'm sure all of us are very familiar with the work of Ryan Levesque, and his ask methodology is basically one of the most amazing marketing methods on the planet today, and it's really the future of where things are going. What's your take on the ask method, Joss?
I see it as a variation of a old kind of methodology where we just literally go ask consumers what they want, and then using that information, you literally just give it to them. It's powerful in that sense.
Yeah, that's exactly right. People ask me, how to write copy, and they think I have some sort of unique creative writing talents, or I have some sort of gift, but it's basically just knowing your customer. That's all it is. And once you know your customer, once you know your prospect, that's when you can really resonate with them and write the words that sell. So can I show you a couple of things on?
Yeah, let's jump into it. Let's jump into the call, shall we?
I've put together a couple of things for everyone today. This is from one of Ryan Levesque's courses, and it's his funnel flowchart there. A lot of you guys have probably seen that. Let's skip this. The problem with the way Ryan's done it there, he does great work. There's no question that he's the master of all this. But if I can actually broach the subject now, the problem that we found with Ask landing pages and getting people to sign up for a quiz is that you actually need a reason to keep sending them emails. If they're just taking a quiz, then that's the time they want the instant answer right now. So, you need a reason to be sending them emails. So you've got to manufacture that. Let's skip. I was actually looking into this kind of thing because I knew that I needed to know what they wanted right there on the spot, not do research and hopefully write some amazing copy. I needed to know what they want right there and then. And this is a screenshot of Eben Pagan's old software called Psychic Sales Letter. And this is basically a very similar thing to the Ask method and to the Ask software where, you would fill in a quiz on a page and you click submit, and the next page would be like the sales page with your customized answers all down there. And that was generated through Eben's app, and generated the HTML pages, and the quiz taker worked that way. Nowhere near as advanced and awesome as what Ryan's got together, but this is back in 2010 or 2011. So even then, I knew that we needed to do this, but I started asking questions online about this sort of thing, but I couldn't find a lot of support, so I never ended up going anywhere with it. But I discovered Ryan's Ask for me about 5 years or so later, and here we are a couple of years after that. So let's skip all this. That's all pretty boring. I did work with some bloke named Joss at some point, so definitely skip that one. That's a low light of the career. Just kidding, mate. In December last year, though, the CEO of Mindvalley, Vishen Lakiani, called me in to write the emails for a launch that they were doing, and the hypnotherapist's name is Marissa Peer from the UK.
I'm not sure everyone is familiar with Mindvalley. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
I could do that. If you go to mindvalleyacademy.com, it's a good point because you can go to the website there and see all the masterclasses that they have, and all the they have free courses and paid courses. It's all in the personal development / spiritual niche. So there's a big choice of products to choose from. Have a look around at the blogs and everything. So the best thing I think you can do to experience Mindvalley is to sign up for one of their masterclasses. Or even better, they have some free courses now. They're like a free mini course.
Yeah.
Got some echo there, Joss?
I just had my phone going on there.
Or do you just like the sound of my voice so much you just had to play back something we recorded earlier?
It's all good.
No, it's all good. Yeah, they have some free courses on that mindvalleyacademy.com site as well. So the videos, the production value on those.
Nine-figure company, or what are they? What are they worth?
Say again, sorry.
They're like a nine-figure company, aren't they, in terms of annual revenue?
Yeah, 8 or 9 figures. So they're really growing too. They've got a lot of stuff in the works, like apps and different authors that they're working to publish courses with. So it's pretty exciting over there. And to work closely with Vishen and to get his marketing insights. He's a really sharp guy, and the company's really going places. It's in good hands. So that's what Mindvalley are. They're basically personal development, spiritual education for people who don't fit into the normal educational system. So rebels like me who never really felt that they fitted in. They're always a good fit with Mindvalley. Can always learn something. This is why this lady Mirasep here was on the system. She did a launch for one of her products in December last year, and let me. That's not right. I haven't changed that number. It's actually only 1 million that the email sequence did. So that's a typo. I've changed it on the other ones, but that's live. That's live casting for you, I guess.
Yeah. Real and raw.
One of the key things that we used there was we did a deep dive survey for their customers before the launch, so we knew exactly what they wanted, and that was key to that. We didn't do a sign-up quiz or the kind of funnel that I'm going to explain to you shortly, but so we only used basically one small part of Ryan Levesque's Ask formula, but it really did help. I stayed up until 2 a.m. Writing these emails the day before they had to start going out, and basically we did 7 figures during that 7 or 8 day email sequence after that. So it did work well, and it wasn't the funnel that I'm about to show you, but it was based on the deep dive survey that we did before that. So that's why it works. Then I decided that we needed to get those kinds of results from a quiz funnel. And I'm sure a lot of Ryan's clients are doing this without a problem or even more. But it's one thing to see those case studies, and it's completely another thing to implement it for yourself and pay for your own ads and actually get that kind of revenue in. So the first thing that we did was just put together an Ask landing page that's on the left there, and connect that up to our existing email funnels. But that didn't really work at all. So we knew we kind of had to reinvent the wheel here. We wanted to come up with something of our own and be original, Cool. What next? This is one it's actually a landing page that I did for a client. It's about information on doing paid surveys for extra income. It had a quiz, and obviously it wasn't an angle like that. I was trying to be artsy, but you know what I mean. Again, you can see that the questions there, and that the landing page goes to a headline, and there's a different components of the thing. But still, it was an ordinary funnel behind it. We got ordinary sales. So this is what we came up with. This is basically a 7-part email sequence, which I call the quiz engagement funnel. And if you guys are into copywriting at all, you will have heard of a man named Andre Chaperone. He has this little product called Autoresponder Madness. It's just a series of emails that he sends out. but he's one of the most well-known email marketers on the planet. You know, any email copywriter worth their salt will know this, will know of this guy. And what he specialises in is in not only the structure of the funnels, which I'm about to show you, but it's all about the story. It's all story-based selling because instinctively we're brought up to, even through history, brought up to respond to stories. So stories sell. You know, it sounds hackneyed just saying that. It's been said so many times, but that's because it's true. I mean, look at some of the results that he gets. This is directly from his course. One of the funnels that he put together using the system, and 187 clicks on various emails throughout the funnel, 40% conversion rate for almost 20 grand in commissions, $106.63 earnings per click, and I can't remember the details of it. That's just taken a screenshot from his course, Autoresponder Madness. So, you know, it definitely works. And this is what mindvalley have been doing since, basically implementing Ask Funnels and this kind of funnel in their ecosystem. So we basically
revenue. What is that blue?
Yeah, that's all revenue. Sorry. So
you see the numbers there.
Yeah. That's the thing. I can't really share too many specifics on this call as much as I would like to, but I can show you basically the general trend. You know, we played around with them a little bit for the first few months of the year, and it wasn't really until we actually started to implement the kind of funnels and the kind of sequences and the kind of copy that I'm about to show you halfway through the year.
So is this from existing traffic, or are you guys sending cold traffic into your quiz funnels? How does that?
We do mostly cold traffic. There is some warm traffic that comes as retargeting, but 75 to 80% of it would be just someone clicks on an ad on Facebook or Google. They've never come across us before, and their first contact with us is being asked to take a quiz. So to me, that's the hardest job of all. You know, getting cold traffic to convert like that. That's why I love the Ask methodology so much, and that's why I think we're really onto something with the format that I'm about to show you.
Okay, so it's something that really anyone can replicate.
Yeah, I don't want to take up too much time, so I'm going to get through this. Excuse me. This is time for some water. So what I did was basically took Andre Chaperone's style, and that's basically. I know I'm a copywriting nerd, but that's like my favourite style of actual copywriting. And I added something from Ryan Levesque and his course on how he does his email funnels, and plenty of elements from there. And also from Ryan Dice, there's a little bit of digital marketers teaching in there that do a little thing called Gain Logic Fear, which I'll explain, and I sort of attach that onto the end of this funnel, and that seems to work really well. So the quiz engagement funnel. Start with email one. This is your offer reminder. This is important for three things, actually. It's good for indoctrination, so introducing people to you and your company, what you stand for. It's good for setting expectations. So you're basically literally saying, here's what to expect, like so they know that you're going to send them emails. There's not much point in having them sign up and not expect to receive emails. I don't think that trying to trick anyone like that is the way to go at all. And most importantly, it's about sales, because in most funnels you'll get probably 80 to 90% of your sales right up front in email one, either like on the one-time offer or clicking through from email one. So obviously that's when they're hottest, that's when they're most ready to buy, and that's the same for most funnels. Here's one example which is slightly changed from what it actually is. It basically says, on behalf of everyone here at Mindvalley, thanks for taking the quiz. That's the indoctrination part. Here's the sales part, so we can never forget about that. Click here to upgrade to the full experience. the image goes to the sales page as well. And here's the expectations part. Here's what to expect from Mindvalley. As I said, you've got to be upfront with what you're going to do, and there's no point in pretending that you're not going to send them further emails. So that just works against you when you do start sending them, and it'll get them hitting that spam button, faster than they can hit key on their computers. So that's an example of email 1. Email 2 is actually really interesting. This comes from Ryan Levesque's methodology, and he basically says this is the "Did you get my email?" So what this does is it's an engagement reminder. It comes by 3 hours later. So in case they missed the first one, this comes through. And it's totally non-sales pitch, totally just a genuine honesty checkup. Now, Brian suggests that we should get people to reply to this email and let him know that they've got it. I think that's probably the best way. But when you're at the size of a Mindvalley business, you can't reply to all those emails. So another way of doing this is just have them go to a Facebook page, and that will work really well as well. Email 3 is what we call an offer expiry. We used to call the first one OTO, but you can see up there it's OTO reminder. We used to call it an OTO expiry, which stands for one-time offer. But one-time offer is one-time offer. We can't call it that because it's not. So it's a 24-hour offer, or sometimes a 48-hour offer. So email 3 is offer expiry, and that lets them know that that the time is running out for that email, for that initial offer. That is so. And you should send this. We've tested this. It should go about 12 hours beforehand. So people in most time zones have got time to receive it and click through, but you don't want to give them too long to actually, cast that aside, because if it's like 2 days, even 24 hours in advance, it's too easy to cast aside, right? Excuse me for a sec. Water time.
How are you actually doing the delays with your office expiries?
Like mechanically?
Mechanically, yeah.
Mindvalley uses a rather pricey platform called Maripost, and you set up a workflow similar to what you'd see on screen, and you just set the delay for each one to come out. So if you look at the screen there, you've got email 1, no delay on that. Email 2, you can set a delay of 3 hours.
No, I actually meant the offer itself. So you said you've only got 12 hours left for people to take advantage of your 24-hour sale.
Okay, so like a timer on the page?
Yeah, timer on the page. How do you actually add legitimate scarcity to that?
Yeah. We do have timers on our sales pages. So if they click through and the timer runs out, and they get redirected to another page. Like if you see at the top right hand of the screen, you've got a funnel of it, right? Got that?
Yeah, got that.
So once the initial offer expires, then the funnel offer comes into play, and that's a slightly higher priced offer that they can take advantage of. And it's a good point that you bring up there, Josh, because I think it's so important to be genuine with the scarcity, and not just say the offer's going to run out when it's not. So if they wait longer than whatever time you set for that initial offer, and then click through, then they'll get redirected to the higher priced offer. So,
okay, gotcha.
And you could sort of make as many levels of that as you want, but it does get complicated.
Yeah.
So basically, email 4 there is the first email where you're looking at that funnel offer coming into play. So your initial offer is expired. And that goes through emails 1, 2, 3. Email 4 is all about content, but not just any content. a piece of content that you post shouldn't just be just because you're a really nice guy. It should also, I mean, of course, in your case, definitely, that's also true. But it should also do objection handling. Like, let's say, for instance, it's easy to go to mindvalley examples, but say your prospect is worried that they don't have time, to meditate every morning. So you might have a piece of content that tells them, how to meditate easily and how to make that a habit, and it might be a really good piece of content. But that's just not just to help them out, but it also eliminates the objection of I don't have time to meditate if we're trying to sell them a meditation course. Cool. So you can also do cross selling. Like if they get to this email, it's not too early to try and get them into another funnel. Like if you get them to take the quiz and they go through all these emails and they go through to email 4 and still haven't bought, then it's okay to maybe send them to a blog post or a YouTube video with a link to another one of your funnels. Like maybe they would prefer to have a free PDF or something, or a free audio maybe, and you would get them to sign up for that. So you can kind of do a cross, sign up system there.
So when you start cross stacking your funnels and
Yeah.
funnel stacking, but
Yeah.
So we keep on moving on with the Ask funnel for now, but that's an excellent point. When you're doing your sales funnels, you don't have to have them all as individual sales pieces. You can start cross-pollinating, because people might not engage with your initial offer, but they might be more likely to engage with something else down the track.
Exactly right. And I mean, you never know when they might buy. So you need to be at them, and it can't just be you throwing your emails at them. They have to want to receive them. So if they sign up for a free course or a PDF, I mean that also makes them a much better prospect as well, a much more valuable one. But there's also the goodwill factor. I'm sure that you do this in your business because you're just Joss, yeah. This is an example of a mindvalley email where we just say, one of the most common questions I get about meditation is about focus, and here's a YouTube video that people can click through to get the answer to that. And on that YouTube video is actually a link to a different funnel. So yeah, it's a funnel stacking thing, for sure. Here's what I've incorporated from Digital Marketer. So Brian Dice, thank you very much for this. It's called Gain Logic Fear. It's total credit to them. I've just sort of plugged it into the end of my funnel here. It starts here in email 5, and the arrow up to the funnel offer, well, that's there, but there should be one from email 4 as well. But ignore my poor diagram skills for the moment. This one's gain, and the best way we found to show this is just proof of gains. Now, of course, everyone does it with testimonials, and a company like mindvalley has no shortage of testimonials. If you ever looked at their Facebook page or YouTube videos and stuff, people love to comment on their stuff, and I mean, there's haters always, but most of it's really good because they've earned it, So I've only shown some testimonials here, but there's other types of proof. I always keep reminding people. I sound like a broken record, but there's scientific proof, scientific data, studies, case studies, all different kinds of proof. But of course, the most common one is testimonials. And then we get to email 6, and this is logic. And this is important because if people are coming from a logic mindset, like I know it's like a stereotype, but accountants and engineers are more likely to be logical minded than most other people. the good thing about having the logic emails, email 6, analytical people are probably still with us. They're probably reading every email. They may not be clicking, they may not be buying, or they're obviously not buying, but they would be out of this funnel. So now's the time to get them with an FAQ. And so an easy way to start this is just to get whatever FAQs you have right now and slap them in your email. If they work on your website, they'll work here too. A better way to approach this is actually to think about them strategically and objections that you have to the sale. Obviously, if you look on the screen here, you've got what specific benefits can you experience, what makes harmonics different to other meditation products. So think about them strategically, what best serves you, because you can't have too many. I think a lot of people make their emails too long, and the shorter the better.
Cool.
However, having said that, the logic email could probably be one of the longer ones, because the analytical people are often readers rather than skimmers. Finally, there's email 7. So the email 7 is, thanks to the digital marketer, is the fear email. And that's probably a bit of a harsh word, but it's all about the urgency. It's a bit of a scary word, but I think we're all adults here. This is when your funnel offer is basically going to finish. So, it is a time-sensitive message, so you can write that. It is a urgent 24-hour notice, because again, you've got to have that genuine scarcity. Don't just make it up and pretend that it's really going to run. Like if I click through to this email after the deadline has passed, I'll be redirected to the full price one. Yeah. So that helps people understand that when you write in your emails that this message is time sensitive, you're telling the truth. So basically this whole sequence goes: offer reminder, that's with your indoctrination and expectations as well, your engagement reminder, offer expiry, that's your initial offer, which you can also call your OTO, but it's not really, your content email, then gain logic fears. So if I look at that list, what we've got, the engagement reminder email number 2, you wouldn't have a link to the sales page there. It's purely about engagement. So other than that, you can pretty much have a link to the sales page in all of those. If there's not an obvious fit during the main body of the email, put it in the PS. But just about all of those, should have, even if it's just a by the way, don't forget about our special offer. The engagement reminder, I wouldn't put one in there, but it doesn't matter because email number 3 comes 24 hours after email number 1 anyway. And the other thing you might notice is we actually email every day. So a lot of people are worried about this, and I see a lot of people who are doing good business online who don't email every day. And it does depend on your target market to an extent, but when you're in a funnel like this, it's okay to email every day. If people want to unsubscribe, they can do that. Just make it really easy for them to do that. You don't want to hit the same button. So I'm interested to hear your actual thoughts on emailing every day.
I think as long as the content is good and people are engaged in what you're saying, it's fine. Like, these people already raised their hands and said, hey, I want to know about this thing. Can you tell me more? So as long as you're solving a problem for them and not just shoving a sale down their throat in every email, you're actually giving them legitimate reasons to speak to you, legitimate reasons why they should be getting the offer from you. I think, like you said, you've got the engagement reminder, so you're actually trying to help them. And again, but everything is done in an ethical way. Your scarcity is legitimate. You're trying to help people. And once they've gone through this funnel, they're obviously stacking it on with another one or adding them to your main broadcast list.
Yeah, that certainly happens after this. There's a couple other funnels, and then there's the broadcast list. What was I going to say? The problem with If you get emails every day from a person or from a company, if you get annoyed that they're emailing you, we've all had that, and we've all unsubscribed from something that doesn't offer any value, But that's the key. What I just said, it's not offering any value. The content's not good, and it's good. It's a great thing that you just said there as well about providing the content.
Value. You've given your emails. You actually said this is what you expect from me. So
yeah,
if people aren't expecting to receive that, they're gonna have put up some sort of resistance. But when you advocate, say, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to be doing this. So at that point, they're trained to expect that from you. And because you're actually coming across as a human being, like the engagement reminders, like, hey, I'm a real person. I'm not just a brand that sells you stuff.
Yeah, that's one of the most important ones, and still in the testing period, but it really creates that engagement period, and that's proven by some of the open rates and click-through rates that we're getting with these. As you can expect, that the first email after reminders gets the highest, and what we've seen on some days it's as high as 80%. Overall, it's 55%, up to 60% open rates on the first email, and that kind of drops down. I can't get into any specifics at the moment, but we're dropping down to under 50%, low 40s throughout most of the funnel. Some of the end emails are dropping, maybe under 40% open rates.
It's got pretty good. So,
but that's still pretty good.
What is the return on investment from cold traffic at the moment? And what is the offer that you guys were using at Mindvalley?
That's really interesting. And it varies a lot because Mindvalley has more than 10 major products and a whole bunch of other smaller ones too. And we drive traffic to a lot of those products, and we drive a lot of traffic. If you ever visit our site or anything like that, you'll find you're retargeted in a big way to get you to sign up for something. So if you search for the right keywords, you'll see our ads all over Google too. So we drive a lot of cold traffic to those offers, and the return on investment. Let's see how to describe this. The average return on investment for a sizable business, and this is something that James Franco and Ezra Firestone were talking about a while back. The average is like 3 months. So you get someone to sign up for your funnel here, and then 3 months later you can expect to have that return on your investment. You get that click for $1 and you got that dollar back within 3 months. But what we're able to do with these kinds of funnels, this kind of engagement, is actually bring that closer together. So it's coming down 3 to 1 month. It does vary from product to product, but that's really coming closer. So the way we look at it is we get that dollar back, return on ad spend, in less than 3 months now, and then that's a free customer for our masterclasses, and as I said before with the Marissa Peer example, that's where the big money is made.
Okay, so you kind of look at this as part of the bigger strategy, so you wouldn't really have this as the core business by itself. You need those other funnels to make everything work together, or is this a profitable campaign just running at this particular funnel?
Running what funnel, sorry?
The 7-step quiz funnel. So.
Yes. Sorry, yeah. As I said, some of our offers do give a good return on investment to really soon, as soon as like a month or so. Some of the offers take 3 to 4 months to give us that dollar back and let us break even. But it is a profitable model, but that is really helped by the scale of the company somewhat. We have so many offers, but in all honesty, that's holding us back a lot as well, because there's a lot of stuff that is unmaintained. It's not having any traffic driven to it, so sales come in but just organically, and it's hard to track. But to answer your question, yeah, I think when you do it on a small scale, it's probably even easier, to actually implement this and have a profit inside a month. I think you've got to get away from the old internet marketing dream that people are sold, that you can buy a click for $1 and suddenly they're buying a $2,000 product off your website. This is from James Schrenker and Ezra Firestone. They were talking about it recently. An average company takes 3 to 4 months to have a return on that investment. I think on a small scale, you can do it quicker because you're more personal. If you have like the engagement reminder there, people reply back to your email address saying, yeah, I got your email, thanks very much. You can actually interact with them. And if you've got a list of a few thousand, like if you've got a list of 5,000 people, you're building up like this, you only get a handful of replies. That's the fact of it. So it's not like half the people are going to reply to that. So you'll be able to handle that workload as a solo entrepreneur working from Starbucks. So you won't have a problem with that. So I think you have an even better chance to actually make this really work when you're on a smaller scale.
Cool. Well, what I'm actually trying to get at is this funnel, but as a standalone funnel, profitable for Mindvalley, or is it only profitable in combination with your other funnels?
No, it is profitable. As I say, I can't.
You can't give specifics.
Yeah, I can't give too many specifics out. I could bring up all the spreadsheets that we've got and stuff on the internet to tell you everything if I wanted, but that just wouldn't be the right thing to do by vision. So
that's right.
But the answer is yeah. They do make money, and at any scale they'll make money.
What is the offer for this particular funnel you were just describing? Was it doing $1 million on the launch?
Sorry, say again. I didn't catch.
What was the offer? What price point was that for the?
I don't remember. It's probably about it's only about $300 or $400. So, Mindvalley regularly gets, tens of thousands of people on their webinars.
Yeah.
And closes a good percentage of them on the day, which is what happened on that launch. And then, there's plenty of other people in the post-webinar sales sequence that read those emails and buy from there. So excuse me.
You're saying you cross this with webinar funnel as well, so where did that come into it? So now you're talking about the Ask funnel, and now you're talking about a webinar. Is that?
Yeah, that was the launch last year, where we used the Ryan's deep dive survey to before the launch. That's why I keep bringing that up, because we didn't have the this funnel here because that wasn't invented yet. I mean, imagine if it had, But this funnel is not so much for a webinar, but it's for people who take the quiz. If they, what's your biggest serve killer? And that's that sort of thing. Yeah. What's your number one memory problem? The typical stuff that Ryan shares in his book and in the group and in his course and in the mastermind. Those quiz pages, this is what that's designed for. So if you have a webinar that you have on Evergreen, for example, you would, after the prospect has finished this funnel, you would just put them into that webinar funnel. So you would say to them, I hope you enjoyed the previous content. Now we've got this webinar coming up in a couple of days. Click here to check it out, and that's your funnel. You write it from there. So,
awesome.
a webinar would come after this.
Brilliant. Cool. All right. Just final thoughts. Where can people learn more about yourself, and do you do this as a service, or how can people build this into their business?
Mindvalley is my focus right now, as you can imagine. But I do talk to people outside of there too, so they can definitely hit me up on my Facebook. That's probably the easiest way to get directly to me. But I do have something else as well, which I actually created for myself, because when I went to start writing these things, what I wanted was kind of an easy way to write them. Let's see, because you might have like up to 10 emails or even more. This is from actually Andre Chaperone's Autoresponder Madness course, and this is his monitor. Okay, this is the one. I think they're both, and you can see the text files there, all laid out on the screen. This is just a screenshot from his course. There's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on there. So this is the way he works, and it works for him. He's actually got a 30-inch monitor, and this is what he says in the. It's what it actually says in the course. Just for scale, that's a 30-inch monitor next to a normal laptop, and probably a 14-inch laptop there. That's how it works. And basically, the reason he has these vertical text files like this is so that you can see one element of the story and how it segues into the next email. So each text file is an email, and the story might finish at the end of one email and start again at the new one. So that's kind of how he works. Cool. But it's not easy. Not everyone's got a 30-inch monitor, and I thought that was so untidy anyway. I mean, not really untidy, but I just found it annoying to have all these text files open on my screen. You delete one accidentally and it's gone, and you have to have folders with millions of text files in them, little tiny files. It drove me crazy in the end. But it is important. You can see how at the end of email 1 you might have a cliffhanger for your story there, which is not answered till the start of email 2. So you've got to visually see how that's laid out. It's like storyboarding, like they do for a movie script. That's what it's actually called, storyboarding your emails. So the way I got around it is first I actually tried to look for an app that would do something like this. It looks kind of like Trello, but that doesn't work. I actually couldn't find a damn thing in the world that would actually allow me to write text emails like this. When I spoke to coders, they all thought that I wanted to make some sort of autoresponder platform or something. They didn't understand. So what I actually ended up having to do is actually have an app made up for myself. And the app that I had made up for myself is actually called emailstoryboard.com. And the way that looks is you start out with 3 emails. If you're doing any emails sequence, 3 is the absolute minimum. You just enter your subject line in there, and you can enter your email body there. So a few formatting options. And you can enter links and images and all the text there. So that's basically how it allows you to write those emails in that Andre Chaperone style. And not everyone, of course, will be wanting to write these emails, but if you are, this is really, really handy. You actually it allows you to visually lay out the emails as you're going to write them, so you can see exactly how that 3 email sequence is going to work. So basically, I'm looking for people to test out the app for the moment. So all they've got to do is go to emailstoryboard.com. You can register for the site for free. There's no ask funnel that we've just been through. There's no emails waiting to go out to you at all. So it's not an autoresponder. it's not hooked up to an autoresponder at all. So just need to sign up to get into the site, and then you'll be able to use the app. Try it out, write your email sentences, because the most frustrating thing in the world is to write one email, send it out, and have it not work. So, it's even worse. Like the old days when we used to do direct mail, the height of insanity was just to send out one letter to a prospect and then never follow up with them. Because most of your sales will come in the subsequent letters. And back in the day, I signed up to heaps of direct mail lists, trying to get everyone's packages, to get everyone's copy. And, about 10% of them actually followed up by mail. The good thing is that email is free to use. So go to the site now. It's right there.
The comments there for you guys as well.
It'll be good to get some feedback on that. So post your comments on how it works. Let me know if it helps you guys to visualize the stories that you're writing, link them between emails, and also go get Andre Chaperone's Autoresponder Madness course. I don't think I have an affiliate link, so I don't know if he has an affiliate program, so just Google it. And you guys will know Ryan Levesque and Digital Marketer as well. So those guys deserve a lot of the credit as well.
Yeah.
So just go to the site, try out the app. It's only in the early stages for now, but I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on how it works.
Cool. I think we might just stick around for a few minutes to see if anyone has any questions. We've just had Leo Joseph here saying, looking forwards to it. I'll reach out to you later, hoping that's okay. Combination is exactly what I'm looking to produce.
Awesome.
Yeah, before I think Jared was asking whether it's possible to get your slides as well. Is there somewhere you can stuff people to opt in or download, something like that?
Yeah, I think that I can post the link in the comments after this.
Awesome.
I'll upload. Yeah.
It's all good. Anyone else got any questions? Just put them in the comments here and try and answer them if we can. I'm thinking of water, man.
Yeah.
When you get those bottles, they're just branded, so...
Yeah, they do.
Brian Cassingrocopy.com, so...
What is that noise?
That would be my door creaking behind me.
Oh, okay. There's a ghost coming in or something.
It's all good. Do you want to stop sharing your screen or just have you and me on?
Alright, cool. Hang on. Done.
Cool. So
thanks, man.
I'm going to close that door. It's annoying me. So if you have any questions, just put them in the comments.
Yeah, shoot.
Yeah, so other than the Mindvalley's funnel, what else have you been using it for?
I've only used that for Mindvalley so far, and I haven't thought about using it for anything else at the moment. But I've just used it for Mindvalley so far.
Cool. Very cool.
The thing is, if you're going to implement any kind of funnel, you need a decent amount of traffic. Even a few bucks a day would do. But so many entrepreneurs, I find, they call themselves entrepreneurs, but they don't want to buy any traffic. So it gets hard to test things like that out. So you need to do a little something. You don't need to do it on a Mindvalley scale, but
traffic is, you can at least test your conversions on the front end and get it within your funnel. Like, it's no point having a brilliant sales funnel and just not having anyone going through it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
I think Facebook's still a little bit behind with where we're at.
Oh, okay.
That's all good. So what else are you up to these days? What is it that was keeping you busy?
Nothing. I just like I said, I'm a copywriting geek, so I do that most of the time. When I get home, I do pretty much more of the same. So
You moved from Australia over to Asia for lifestyle, or what's?
Yeah, I moved over here about a year and a half ago, and been here ever since. Like I was telling you, the internet's a lot faster. Living expenses are living expenses are a lot lower. I was actually just telling Joss earlier that my internet recently got upgraded to 300 megabytes, which the standard crappy modem they give you won't go anywhere near that, but it's still a lot better than even when I had cable in Australia. It's faster than that. So, yeah. And that's not the fastest plan either. You can get up to 500.
And whereabouts are you at the moment? So
KL.
Okay, that's where is that?
Malaysia.
Malaysia. It is Malaysia, and Mindvalley is based in Malaysia too, aren't they? Is that you
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
office or do you work from home? What's your?
I do both. Yeah.
Do both. It's cool. Cool. And outside of Mindvalley, are you just doing? Are you doing any other freelance jobs at the moment, or?
I do some around the place. Mindvalley's my main focus, but I don't do many because Mindvalley keeps me so busy. I just don't have time to do much else. I haven't actually looked for a client for the past year and a half. So it's pretty full on. It's a lot of work, but I'm such a geek that I'll do it all day long.
That's cool. Well, I think we might just leave it there, mate. If anyone has any questions, just leave us a comment, tag myself and Brian, and we'll try and get through to them when we.
Yeah. Shoot them through. I'll hang around on Facebook and answer any questions, and it'd be cool. So, Josh, thanks for having me on, man. It's been really cool to be one of the guys that I always see you interviewing people on Facebook, on your Facebook lives and stuff like that. So,
well, I think this is actually the first time we've really done a proper live interview with the webinar kind of platform behind it. It's really interesting.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm glad nothing went too wrong.
Yeah, it seems to be right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we'll speak to you all shortly.
Yep. Anyway, hit me up with any questions you got, and we'll take it from there.